Today we're speaking with William Bummernick, who is the CEO of Alteva. William, how are you?
Great. How are you, Rich?
Great. Thanks for being on the program. Could you give us an update, please, on your company and what it is that you do?
Sure. So Alteva, like many businesses in the telecom sector, is experiencing a lot of growth right now. Our products are seen as a cost savings product that has been well received in our region. We focus primarily on mid-sized to enterprise-level businesses in the hosted voice-over IP market. So we provide data circuits, telecom services, but primarily hosted PBX services to companies with 100 users on up to our largest customer has about 6,000 users on our platform.
Well, that's a significant number of users on a single platform. What kind of hardware is on the back end to support all that?
So on the back end, our core switching services are provided by BroadSoft, their BroadWorks platform. But we also integrate a number of different other components that we've both bought from other companies and built on top of the platform to create additional functionality. Good examples of that are call recording, enhanced call reporting capabilities, as well as some of our new development initiatives.
Excellent. And so you've got new products and new things that you wanted to talk about today. Could you share some of those with us, please?
Sure. We've got a couple. First is our fully integrated Microsoft OCS implementation. So we're one of the few companies that are releasing a fully integrated solution that integrates Microsoft Exchange, Microsoft Office Communication Server, Microsoft SharePoint with our hosted BroadWorks IP PBX solution. Everything from presence to out of office, to voicemail to text, to moving appointments around through your voice portal, all integrated right into your phone system.
That's great. Now, have you had a chance to share any of that news with customers to get any feedback yet?
We are in the process of a pilot program right now, so our customers are starting to use the application. We're getting some great feedback. We have a couple of goals for that pilot program. One is understanding the value proposition for the customers fully, as well as understanding the marketing capabilities, or how we want to market the product to the rest of the space.
And so what are some of the things you're learning so far as you progress with Microsoft implementation?
Well, the implementation itself has been somewhat challenging, right? So in a perspective of getting two very robust infrastructures to communicate seamlessly, there was a lot of engineering and development work to really make that work flawlessly. That's been completed, and now we're in the pilot testing. So the integration component is done, but has been challenging. The pilot program that we're seeing back, the feedback, is more in a perspective of marketing. So the solution works, and it works well. There are some tweaks in how the customers want to use it or to see it used, or integration with certain applications. So we're working on those right now as well. But what we are finding out is how it is changing the way people use their systems, right? Where we used to have a user rely mostly on their telephone for initiating conversations, we're finding that these users are starting to use their PC much, much more for both initiating conversations, enhancing their communications by adding video or bringing a live meeting dynamically into the conversation, aside from just picking up the phone and dialing a number, even using a click to dial. Much more robust now, and it's changing the way people work.
So increased productivity for sure, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So what other things are there happening at the company that we should know about?
One of the other really big things that we're excited about is our development initiative. So Alteva has always built our platform to appeal to the enterprise market space. To do that, we've really tried to focus on communications-enabled business processes. The abilities for companies to take what they do already and integrate their telephony systems into them. The adage used to be, I need to build my process to the limitations of my telephone system. Now it's flip-flop. It's saying build your process and let your telephone system fit into that process whatever way you need to. That component of development has always been challenging. You've got some pretty integral components that you need to tie together and can be challenging. So what we've done is we've created a developers consortium that allows our customers open APIs into our platform to develop whatever they want to do, and then in exchange for that open API, the ability to really integrate those solutions, we've asked for the code. So we take the code, we strip out anything that might be customer specific, and then we post the code allowing other developers to take and reuse that code for their purpose. So this really is an environment, a community that is starting to build code on top of code and really get applications done much more rapidly than starting from scratch every time.
So it's very similar to the Linux or open source model, right?
It absolutely is. Our platform is not open source, but the APIs themselves lend themselves to that model. So the source that customers use to create their functionality can then be reused for another customer to get their job done that much quicker.
So what do you think is the future of getting that developer community to grow? How do you see that progressing over time?
Well, in our example, our customers are pretty specific with their needs. Most of them are enterprise-sized customers that have got their own workflow systems or their own CRM systems, some homegrown, some out of the box. Salesforce.com is a good example. The APIs that are building on our platform are BroadSoft-based, so any customers that have carriers that have BroadSoft as a backend would have the ability to use this code on those platforms. So we're really working tightly with BroadSoft to get an understanding of how to bring both their developer network and our developer network together and leverage those capabilities industry-wide. We're integrated into a group of other BroadSoft carriers that are dedicated to really rising the tide of the VoIP industry. There's 12 or 13 other carriers in this organization that are starting to figure out ways to really promote hosted voice over IP services, to band together in some aspects to grow the industry and grow the technologies much more rapidly than they're growing today.
What's next for the company?
Wow, what isn't next for Alteva? So we're always looking for the next communications component and how we evolve the company into the next big thing, right? But what we're focused on today is the development initiative. That development initiative is pretty amazing in that the imagination becomes less of our imagination and more of our customers. Our customers, through this development component, have been really telling us what they're wanting to see in solutions. So we're driving our own internal developers to add those components on top of our platform. BroadWorks is a great platform. They give us some great capabilities. But our customers are looking for very specific things that they need added to the system, and we're developing that code on top of it. So it's a real development and innovation initiative at Alteva, and that's something that's just constantly evolving.
Sounds like an exciting time, and I wish you luck, and thank you so much for being on the program today.
Great. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate your time as well.